Hello everybody, I'm Paul Schmidt, and on this demonstration we're going to look at Come Dance With Me, off the album of the same name, 1959 version, another great Billy May arrangement. Let's play it first and then we'll talk it through. Okay. Let's see here. Nice trumpet drop-offs at the end. So this was a multi-Grammy winning album in 1959 for Capitol Records. The tune was written by Jimmy Van Heusen. And let's talk a little bit about bass now. You'll notice once again I subtracted the vocals. If you want to hear the Frank Sinatra version, go ask your grandma to borrow her LPs. This is a study on bass. Now, the bass player, of course, is the fabulous Joe Comfort. The arranger is the fabulous Billy May, and take it for granted, that was Frank Sinatra. That was in the background for a change. Now, let's talk a little bit about sound production in this video. I see so many posts about amplifiers and pickups and EQ and all this kind of stuff. Try looking at your instrument just as a human being, without makeup, without high heels, without paint job, without hairspray. What do you got? And what can you get out of this? Don't rely so much on the cosmetics. Of course, sound reinforcement is another whole deal. I often wondered, in a studio that might have been about half the size of a typical elementary school gym, which probably Studio A was, if not even smaller, what the musicians could actually hear during the recording session. I doubt they could even hear the bass in the room, or even the guitar or the piano. They were just such a unit of the best session musicians. It almost didn't matter. It was up to the engineers to put the whole thing together. But I really doubt that the trumpets could hear the bass in the room during the actual recordings of these tunes. So different than today, where everybody's got headphones and you're just layering on something that somebody did that's somewhere in the Caribbean right now. Now, so sound production is very important. I don't use the classic side finger. I prefer using the tip of my finger, digging right into the very bone. I get a much, to me, a brighter sound, more of a ticky attack. I don't play down towards the edge of the fingerboard that much. To me, I'm losing sustain. I'm losing some of the bass tone. I like it up here a little bit more, where it's more spongy feeling. In terms of your fingerings, it's oftentimes better to, let's see, it's often better to go up than over. It makes things a lot easier, more homogenic. If you're a classical player playing a small, like legato piece, a short legato piece, you'd be playing an awful lot going up the positions instead of over. And as you go up the string, watch. Now listen. Intonation aside, this is just a totally different sound. And sometimes you want to be working up here for get a really tight bouncy sound, and then to be able to let go of it and go back in the back positions where everything is open again. So the other thing I see a lot of people with basses doing is the first thing they do is they get a cool hat. And they get on a stool and they sit down and they take their back leg and they block the back of the bass. I studied for a whole week with a great classical player, double bass player many years ago, Gary Carr, who showed emphatically in a master class that putting your leg on the back of the bass is muting the sound. Now, why the heck? Oh, all I have to do is turn the EQ up, right? Well, if that's the lady you're dating, I guess that's you. I stand right here. Where there's very little interference between the back and the shoulder, and my groin is right here, and that's the purpose of the apron. I don't have an Oreo endorsement. Someone asked me. It's just to protect the bass, especially in the summer when it's hot and sweaty. Here in Buffalo, New York, it does get that way. So now, let's go back to what I constantly preach here, is the feel from 2 to 4. 2 to 4. I'm going to play this tune one more time. It's very brief. These songs are little gems that were originally played on AM radio. And they weren't much past 3 minutes, most of these tunes. Hey Jude came a long time afterwards. Actually only 10 years. But at any rate, so let's hear this tune again and concentrate on the sound I'm trying to get. The feeling from 2 to 4. The range that I'm using, am I up in the upper register, am I in the lower register? And I'm driving this damn band. It's my job. I'm not sitting there being a little peon. It's my job to get these guys moving. I'm the drill sergeant. So here we go. Hopefully now this thing is going to start up for me, and we'll listen to this whole tune again. Let me see. And all right, push play, and let's go. Come on. Someday I'll figure out how to use this thing. Okay. Now, 2 feel. Try vibrato. It adds sustain to the note. Vibrato. down 4. Now 2 feel. Minor. Now let's go back into 4. And there you go.